An interview with a serial killer? It sounds chilling, doesn't it? But let me tell you, sometimes life forces us to stare into the darkest corners of humanity, not to glorify them, but to learn from them. When you listen to a broken soul, you realize how choices, habits, and silence can create a monster. And here's the truth. The greatest danger is not always what is out, that is what you let grow inside of you. Every day we all carry two voices. One is the builder, the one that says, rise, create, love, forgive, live. The other is the destroyer, the one that whispers, quit, hate, hide, give up. Which one do you feed? That's the question. See, when you hear real stories from darkness, you realize how powerful light becomes. Because darkness is not the absence of light, it's the refusal to shine it. So let's turn this title into a mirror. An interview with a serial killer is not about them, it's about us. It's about asking, what am I killing inside myself every single day? Am I killing my dreams with fear? Am I killing my relationships with pride? Am I killing my future with excuses? Your story doesn't have to end like theirs. Your story can be rewritten today. You can choose life, growth, greatness. So I ask you, don't waste your pain. Don't waste your chances. Don't waste your breath. Every second is a testimony. Every moment is a choice. Darkness teaches us the value of light. It reminds us that even the smallest spark can break the heaviest silence. When we are lost in the shadows, we learn how powerful one ray of hope can be. Darkness forces us to see what we often take for granted when the world is bright. It sharpens our vision, not through sight, but through understanding. It makes us grateful for every sunrise, every candle, every moment of clarity. Without the night, the morning would lose its wonder. Without the struggle, victory would mean nothing. Darkness is the stage where light proves its strength. Choices create both builders and destroyers within us. Every decision we make shapes the path we walk. Some choices plant seeds of growth, building bridges to our future. Other choices tear down walls of trust, leaving ruins behind. The builder in us creates with vision, with patience, with love. The destroyer in us acts with fear, with anger, with neglect. Each moment we stand at a crossroads between creation and destruction. What we choose repeatedly becomes who we are. Greatness is not born in one decision, but in the discipline of many. Our destiny is written choice by choice. Our inner voice can either push us forward or pull us under. It whispers in moments of doubt, reminding us of who we are. Sometimes it fuels courage, urging us to rise, to keep moving, to fight for more. Other times it becomes a chain, heavy with fear, drowning us in hesitation. That voice is powerful, shaping our actions long before the world sees them. It can be our greatest ally or our worst enemy. When it speaks with faith, we climb mountains. When it speaks with fear, we sink into silence. Our future depends on which voice we choose to believe. Real stories of failure or evil reveal the cost of lost discipline and silence. They remind us that destruction does not always come in one sudden blow. It often arrives slowly, through moments of weakness left unchecked. When discipline is abandoned, chaos finds its way in. When silence replaces truth, lies grow stronger in the shadows. Every downfall carries lessons for those willing to listen. Failure shows us the weight of neglect. Evil shows us the danger of surrendering to darkness. These stories warn us that every choice matters. They teach us that neglecting discipline always carries a price. We must confront the parts of ourselves that kill dreams, love, and opportunities. Those hidden doubts that whisper, we are not enough. Those fears that paralyze us before we even begin. Those habits that quietly steal our time and energy. Within us lives a saboteur, feeding on hesitation and excuses. If we ignore it, it grows stronger. If we face it, we weaken its grip. Confrontation is not about punishment, it is about freedom. It is choosing to protect what matters most. It is choosing to no longer let our own shadows define our future. Awareness leads to transformation when we see we can change. The first step to growth is recognizing where we stand. Without awareness, we repeat the same mistakes in silence. Without awareness, we remain trapped in patterns that hold us back. But when the light of truth shines, everything shifts. We begin to notice the habits that harm us. We begin to hear the words we speak to ourselves. We begin to understand the choices that shape our destiny. Awareness is a mirror. It does not judge, it reveals. And once we see clearly, we cannot unsee. That vision demands action. It calls for responsibility. Transformation is never born in denial, but in recognition. The moment we face reality with open eyes, change becomes possible. Awareness gives us power, and power gives us freedom. When we see with honesty, we unlock the door to becoming more. Every person carries the potential for both greatness and destruction. Inside each of us lives the strength to rise, to create, to inspire. But also within us lies the shadow, the power to tear down, to harm, to waste. Life constantly asks us which side we will choose to feed. Greatness does not come by accident. It is built through discipline and vision. Destruction is easy. It asks for nothing but neglect. One kind word can heal a heart, while one careless act can break it. One bold decision can change a future, while one reckless choice can end it. We are builders and breakers at the same time. Our daily actions decide which part of us grows stronger. To step into greatness, we must starve the darkness. We must choose creation over destruction, light over shadow. Because the true measure of who we are lies in the choices we honor. True strength is choosing growth over excuses, even in pain. It is easy to give reasons for why we cannot move forward. It is easy to point to the struggle and say, "This is too much." But excuses never build us. They only chain us to the same place. Growth, on the other hand, demands courage. It demands that we rise even when it hurts. It asks us to keep moving, even when the weight feels unbearable. Pain is not the enemy, it is the evidence of progress. Every step through discomfort makes us stronger. Every moment of persistence writes a new chapter of resilience. Excuses offer comfort, but that comfort keeps us small. Growth requires sacrifice, but that sacrifice shapes greatness. True strength is not found in avoiding the fire. It is found in walking through it and coming out transformed. The biggest battle is not against others, but against the self. It is not the competition outside that destroys us. It is the voice within that whispers we cannot win. It is the doubt that tells us to quit before we even start. Our true opponent is not the world, it is our fear, our weakness, our hesitation. Defeating others might bring a moment of glory, but defeating the self brings a lifetime of freedom. When we conquer impatience, we find discipline. When we conquer fear, we find courage. When we conquer pride, we find wisdom. Every struggle on the outside is first a struggle on the inside. If we win within, no challenge can break us. The self is the battlefield where destiny is decided. And the greatest victory we can ever achieve is mastering the person we see in the mirror. The ultimate interview is self-reflection, asking who we are becoming. It is not the world's questions that matter most. It is the quiet questions we ask ourselves when no one is watching. Am I growing into the person I dream to be? Am I living with integrity, or just pretending for the crowd? Am I building habits that lift me, or chains that hold me down? Self-reflection is the mirror that never lies. It shows the truth beneath the masks we wear, reminds us that becoming is greater than simply existing. Every day, we are writing the story of our future. The question is, are we proud of the pages we are creating? The ultimate interview is not about achievements or applause. It is about honesty, courage, and direction. Because who we are becoming will always matter more than what we appear to be. So I leave you with this truth. Your life is the greatest story ever written. Every choice, every battle, every reflection is a line in that story. You can choose to let fear, doubt, and excuses write it for you. Or you can pick up the pen and write it with courage, discipline, and light. The world doesn't need another copy of yesterday's mistakes. It needs the best version of you, alive, awake, and unafraid. So step forward, rise higher, and become the author of the life you were meant to live.